Coordinates: 18 degrees north 105 degrees east, 18 degrees north 105 degrees east, 105 in ASEAN. Officially the Lao People's Democratic Republic is a socialist state and the only landlocked country in Southeast Asia. At the heart of the Indo-Chinese peninsula, Laos is bordered by Myanmar and China to the northwest, Vietnam to the east, Cambodia to the southeast and Thailand to the west and southwest. Present-day Laos traces its historic and cultural identity to Lan Xang, which existed from the 14th century to the 18th century as one of the largest kingdoms in Southeast Asia. Because of its central geographical location in Southeast Asia, the kingdom became a hub for overland trade and became wealthy economically and culturally. After a period of internal conflict, Lan Xang broke into three separate kingdoms: Luang Prabang, Vientiane, and Champasak. In 1893, the three territories came under a French protectorate and were united to form what is now known as Laos. It briefly gained independence in 1945 after Japanese occupation but was recolonized by France. Until it won autonomy in 1949, Laos became independent in 1953, with a constitutional monarchy under Siswam Wong. A post-independence civil war began, which saw the communist resistance, supported by the Soviet Union, fight against the monarchy that later came under influence of military regimes supported by the United States. After the Vietnam War ended in 1975, the communist Pathet Lao came to power, ending the civil war. Laos was then dependent on military and economic aid from the Soviet Union until its dissolution in 1991. Laos is a member of the Asia-Pacific Trade Agreement, the ASEAN, East Asia Summit, and La Francophonie. Laos applied for membership of the World Trade Organization in 1997. On the 2nd of February 2013, it was granted full membership. It is a one-party socialist republic, espousing Marxism-Leninism and governed by the Lao People's Revolutionary Party, under which non-governmental organizations have routinely characterized the country's human rights record as poor, citing repeated abuses such as torture, restrictions on civil liberties, and persecution of minorities. The politically and culturally dominant Lao people make up 53.2% of the population, mostly in the lowlands. Mon Khmer groups, the Hmong, and other indigenous hill tribes live in the foothills and mountains. Laos strategies for development are based on generating electricity from rivers and selling the power to its neighbors, namely Thailand, China, and Vietnam, as well as its initiative to become a land-linked nation, as evidenced by the construction of 4 new railways connecting Laos and neighbors. Laos has been referred to as one of Southeast Asia and Pacific's fastest-growing economies by the World Bank, with annual GDP growth averaging 7.7% since 2009. The English word Laos was coined by the French, who united the three Lao kingdoms in French Indochina in 1893 and named the country as the plural of the dominant and most common ethnic group, the Lao people. In English, the S is pronounced and not silent. In the Lao language, the country's name is Mueang Lao or Pathet Lao, both of which literally mean Lao country. An ancient human skull was recovered in 2009 from the Thampa Ling cave in the Annamite Mountains in northern Laos. The skull is at least 46,000 years old, making it the oldest modern human fossil found to date in Southeast Asia. Stone artifacts including Hoabinan types have been found at sites dating to the late Pleistocene. In northern Laos, archaeological evidence suggests an agriculturist society developed during the 4th millennium BC. Burial jars and other kinds of sepulchres suggest a complex society in which bronze objects appeared around 1500 BC, and iron tools were known from 700 BC. The proto-historic period is characterized by contact with Chinese and Indian civilizations. According to linguistic and other historical evidence, Thai-speaking tribes migrated southwestward to the modern territories of Laos and Thailand from Guangxi sometime between the 8th and 10th centuries. Laos traces its history to the kingdom of Lan Xang, which was founded in the 14th century by a Lao prince. Angam, 223, whose father had his family exiled from the Khmer Empire. Angam, with 10,000 Khmer troops, conquered many Lao principalities in the Mekong River basin, culminating in the capture of Vientiane. Angam was descended from a long line of Lao kings that traced back to Khon Bulom. He made Theravada Buddhism the state religion, and Lan Xang prospered. His ministers, unable to tolerate his ruthlessness, forced him into exile to the present-day Thai province of Nan in 1373, where he died. Angam's eldest son, Aung Hyung, ascended to the throne under the name Samseneti and reigned for 43 years. Lan Xang became an important trade center during Samsen Thai's reign, but after his death in 1421 it collapsed into warring factions for nearly a century. In 1520, Photishrat came to the throne and moved The